mbunge wetu wa hapa. Asante kwa urafiki ambao umenipatia. Acha nayo tu. Hata tuchini. Ningependa kusema asante kwa kutukaribisha hapa Shinyalu. Lakini Mheshimiwa Ikana, wakati vile nimekuja hapa Shinyalu, kwa bahati mbaya tu nimepata yule gavana wa Kakamega akiongea kitoka. Nilikuwa natarajia atakaa hapa asikie viongozi wanasema nini juu yake. Ni kukimbia viongozi wengine kukuja. Basi message ya watu kupita kosa kwa huyu mtu anaitwa Baraza. Jambo la kwanza ni masuala ya wewe kutembea na guns katika matanga na kupiga watu hapa Kakamega. Mimi ningependa kukashifu masuala ya viongozi kutembea na guns. Hawezi tawala kwa kupiga watu. Badala ya kutengeneza mabarabara, unaona hii barabara ambayo imekuja hapa kwa boma ya Nguba. Barabara hii ni mbaya kabisa. Sasa sisi tumesema kutoka next week kama na Baraza, sisi hatutaruhusu uende matanga yoyote ambayo hiyo barabara haijaundwa. Matanga yoyote ambayo unakuja, make sure barabara iko sawa ndio ufike kwa hiyo matanga. Sababu huwezi kuja kutusomea hapa ati maendeleo na barabara yenyewe wewe mwenyewe matope yamejaa paka na bosi. Jambo la pili, mimi naambiwa hata kwa hospitali siku hizi hapa Kakamega hata Panadol, paracetamol hakuna katika hospitali. And that is why sisi tumesema kwamba 2027 hatujui ni nani atakuwa gavana, lakini ni lazima tutoe huyu mtu anaitwa Baraza kwa kiti aende nyumbani kwanza. Na sisi tumesema mimi niko tayari, mimi nimetangaza kusimama kiti hicho cha ugavana, lakini vile mama Elsie amesimama.
Karibu mtazamaji mpendwa kwa MIKEANN'S reaction, ili tuelezane na tusemezane yale ambayo yanajiri kwenye ulingo wetu huu wa siasa guys. Habari ambazo zinagonga vichwa saa hizi ni kwamba mbona Gachagua amfuruze Cleophas Malala nje ya DCP, and yet Cleophas Malala amejitoa kwa udi na uvumba kusimamisha chama cha DCP. Kwa hakika Cleophas Malala, as we are talking, ako nje ya chama cha DCP. So watch the video, then I will come for more reaction. But remember to sub, to like and to comment on my video. Please guys, give this video a support of subscribing, like and comment.
Mimi nasikia hii mambo Shinali anasema ya Ebola. Yaani wewe Shinali, unaona hawa Kenya ni wajinga ati in 2015 mulijua Ebola inakuja mkasign agreement. Yaani nyinyi ni madaktari wa 2015. Shinali, wewe ni mtu mimi naelewa. Usikufe mzigo ambayo sio yako. Wewe ni kiongozi super. Wewe maendeleo umefanya hapa Ikolomani. Hiyo mzigo ingine unajiwekea itakuwa nzito sana kwako. Mimi nataka kusema USA ilisema kwamba ni Rais William Ruto aliwa request waeke Ebola Kenya. Kwa hiyo pesa ambayo imekuja jana, mumesikia huyu deputy governor akitangaza kwamba wamepokea 200 million ya Ebola kukuja kusaidia kuset up Ebola. Alikuwa na press conference pale. Savula, it is okay to prepare, but the choice of the quarantine is what I am questioning. Mimi nasikia Savula na Baraza wanapanga kuleta quarantine Ebola hapa Ikolomani na Malava. Nyinyi mtakubali hiyo? Nyinyi mtakubali? Sababu wamesema wataset mbili. Mimi leo niko hapa kuambia watu wa Ikolomani, musikubali hiyo mambo ya quarantine Ebola ikuje hapa Ikolomani. Nataka kupropose hizo Ebola quarantine mbili, moja waweke Matungu, ingine waweke Lugari mahali penye Savula natoka. Sindio?
Start acting from today as the Secretary General designate and be the spokesman the spokesperson of the DCP party on all matters starting today. In due course, in the fullness of time, his name will be forwarded to the registrar of political parties so that he is registered as a duly appointed Secretary General of DCP. The National Executive Council has given Senator John Medal, the Secretary General designate, his first assignment, that he, together with the Honorable Wajiko Mohia, the MP for Kipipiri, and other leaders, to take charge of the by-elections in Kalau and deliver a decisive victory to the DCP party on the elections scheduled for 16th of July.
Hatuwezi sema ati tunasupport Muluya na sisi hatufanyi kazi na makabila zingine. That is why mimi nimejituma kuenda kutafuta urafiki na kabila zingine. Wakikuyu wale mnajua wako na numbers. Paka nifanye urafiki nao. Mimi nimeona hii serikali ya Ruto inajua nenda nyumbani. Leo imesponsor propaganda ati mimi na Rigathi Gachagua tumekosana. Mimi nataka kuambia watu ambao wanapeleka hiyo porojo kwamba sisi na Rigathi Gachagua tumeshikana kabisa. Hiyo ni porojo. Wanataka kuleta porojo ndio watugawanishe, united opposition isishinde serikali. I want to say here, I have no problem with my party leader. I am the deputy party leader of DCP. Na mimi ndio mwanzilishi wa hiyo chama.
Tell you, I am, and you all know, I am, right? Arsenal. And we are unveiling the real Arsenal today. And you will not believe it. You'll be hit from every corner, not knowing what has hit you. The real Arsenal. To my darling Pauline, you continue to walk this journey with me, even from your sick bed. And I must thank all the Kenyans, many Kenyans, and friends from across the world who have continued to uphold you in prayer for your healing and complete restoration. I have, of course, some of the members here of the family. I also want to thank them. At the end of this presentation, I will ask Churchill and Kennedy to come for a photo op so we can see which one of them comes nearer Juba. To our brothers and sisters across the Azimio, I needed to actually also recognize the Patriotic Front fraternity. You know, we decided, in recognition of the Gen Z spirit, we realized we didn't want to be like a laid-back kind of movement. Therefore, we moved from being a movement to a Patriotic Front. Because the time to get out the arsenal and salvage this country is now. You are the backbone. You, the Wiper Patriotic Front members, are the backbone of Komboa, Kenya. To our brothers and sisters across the Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Coalition, I think by now you'll have realized I was elected the party leader, not just of Wiper Patriotic Front, but Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Coalition. And we are on it. And to every Kenyan leader who chose national purpose over personal convenience, I thank you. Our unity is our strength. Together we are stronger than any one party, any one leader, or any one community. From this podium, allow me to salute my co-principals in the United Alternative Government and to thank them sincerely for standing together as a strong team which has sworn to stand with Kenyans, and which team, I can assure you, will stand together until we liberate this country for real. I actually had to debate whether to invite them. And I said, maybe once we have sorted out this issue about flagship. But for now, I know that they are all watching. They are a wonderful team. We know that this administration's only hope is that united alternative government will split. Without any split, today, fellow Kenyans, I can actually assure you that William Ruto is a one-term president. To the friends who believed before it was fashionable to believe, Komboa Kenya thanks you. And to every Kenyan who has not yet joined us, the door is not just slightly open. I can tell you it is wide open, and there is place for you here. Komboa is for everyone who has grown tired of promises without delivery, leadership without accountability, and sacrifice without reward. Political conmanship in our beloved country must sincerely and unreservedly come to an end. And this is the time. Fellow Kenyans, I cannot stand before you tonight and speak only about websites and digital platforms and AI, while 16 of our daughters lie buried after the tragic fire at Utumishi Girls Academy in Gilgil. Tonight, I join their families, and I'm sure all of us do, and I want to ask that we stand for 1 minute silence as we even ask for order in our secondary schools, in our public schools, as we remember these girls. Thank you. Please be seated. No parent should ever receive the devastating news that a child will never come home again. Their memory deserves more than a moment of silence. It deserves action. I saw a principal secretary literally screaming at our children. That is not the way to do it. Since May, Kenya has watched with growing concern crisis. It is a neglected one. As a nation, we have become
too familiar with mourning and too slow in addressing the underlying causes. We gather at school gates after tragedy, strikes, only to leave the same systematic problems unresolved. Leadership requires more than investigations after lives have been lost. It requires prevention and accountability. And it requires the courage to acknowledge failure when failures occurred. As a presidential candidate, and with the benefit of experience in public service, I commit to 4 immediate actions. Number 1, a mandatory national safety and audit of every boarding school dormitory in Kenya, accompanied by enforceable deadlines and criminal liability for non-compliance. Secondly, a fully funded national school mental health program. These incidents are not only about physical infrastructure, they are also about emotional well-being. Too many children are struggling in silence. Thirdly, a comprehensive review of boarding school standards, including accommodation, nutrition, safety requirements, and student grievance mechanism, resolution of grievances mechanism that ensures every child is heard and treated with dignity. And fourthly, genuine accountability. No symbolic suspensions or transfers, and certainly not public relations exercises, but accountability for every official, every administrator, every contractor and regulator who knowingly neglects student safety. The children of Kenya are not statistics or not indeed talking points. They are our present and our future, and they deserve leadership that treats them accordingly. I want to address you on why this moment. Why this moment? Why?
this leadership. We have experienced power without principle. We have witnessed charisma without character. And we have lived through promises that were forgotten the morning after the oath was taken. Even the very Constitution, as some of our leaders have sworn to, becomes nothing. We must return this country to constitutionalism. One of the greatest legacies by President Kibaki was Constitution 2010. How do you, for example, explain while the Constitution says public officers are not supposed to campaign, and they have sworn to uphold the Constitution as by law established? Some of these will have to go to jail. Simple. We know the cost of failed leadership. Kenyans feel it every day in higher taxes, in shrinking payslips, rising fuel costs, struggling businesses, importation of Ebola into our country, growing unemployment, mounting public debt, and increasing hopelessness among our young people, as well as the current unrest, of course, in our schools. We are at a crossroads, ladies and gentlemen. Did I not read yesterday that over 60% of Kenyans, 65% of Kenyans are reportedly angry with the current regime? Please notice the difference. Not that they don't support it or support, they are angry. The book of Ecclesiastes, for those of us who believe the Bible, at chapter 4, verse 1 says, I quote, "Again I looked and saw all the oppression that was taking place under the sun. I saw the tears of the oppressed, and they have no comforter. Power was on the side of their oppressors. And even they too, when the oppressors had no comforter." End of quote. Does that make sense to you? The oppressor sitting on the oppressed, not even able to know what to do themselves. Komboa Kenya offers a deep earth. It offers leadership grounded in experience, tested by adversity, and guided by principle. It offers a leader who has served in government and in opposition, who has participated in peace efforts across our region, who has known both victory and disappointment, and who has remained steadfast in his commitment to the people of our great nation. This website reflects our commitment to embracing innovation while remaining grounded in the values that have shaped our journey. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is only but the beginning. Prophet Habakkuk reminds us at chapter 2 and verse 2, I quote, "Write the vision and make it plain." Today, we have done exactly that. We have written down our vision and made it accessible to every Kenyan, wherever they are. Now we invite each one of you to help write the next chapter. Not as spectators of the Kenya we all deserve. A Kenya that rewards enterprise, meritocracy, and hard work, not privilege and political patronage. Indeed, not routopreneurs. Did you hear me? Not routopreneurs. History will one day ask what we did with our country when our country stood at a crossroads. Let it be said that we chose courage over fear, unity over division, and service over self-interest. If we walk this journey together, ladies and gentlemen, united by purpose and driven by hope, that Kenya is within our reach. Let us walk this because it's within. This is within. Even as my wonderful brother, Dr. Reverend Malala, talks of expanding territory, the prayer of Jabez, I would particularly, and I've lived that story, that I may not cause pain. Because we can, through our own conduct, cause a lot of pain. It's not enough to just become a leader. You swear by the Bible and the Quran, and you swear by the Constitution itself, and the next thing is you're causing pain. But I also know that it may not be fiscal boundaries, Reverend Malala. Must be expanding boundaries from this podium to the rest of our country and beyond in our region. I am a believer in East African integration. I'm a believer. That is why I work so hard,
along with my brother, former President Gachagua Kikwete, to make sure the East African Treaty was signed. And today, I'm a little perturbed that under the leadership of William Ruto, the community is almost disintegrating. We will work it out again very quickly, very quickly.
Together, we shall comboa Kenya. We shall rebuild trust. We shall restore our dignity, including the dignity of the payslip. We shall renew the promise of our republic. And we will leave the next generation a country worthy of their hopes, worthy of their talents and their dreams. As senior counsel, I have in your midst a client. I think you will have time to speak to you. We are even selling literally the goose that is laying the golden egg. I'm referring to Tony Gachagua, my dear friend. I hope you'll have time to say something, Tony. We need guys who can stand and say no to even capturing and selling off our strategic national assets. I can't say much because I'm still before judges of the High Court who have already given us orders stopping the nonsense. Let me actually now recognize some of the family members who are here. Mama is watching. These young people have formed some WhatsApp group for the family. And I don't know, they have not invited me. Sometimes I see them exchanging things there. And I wonder whether I should make a comment. But then I'm restrained. They call themselves the Growing House of K. We have here Kennedy and his wife Doreen and my in-law from Tanzania, Mama Doreen. If you can just stand and wave. Thank you. Thank you.
Guys, let us proceed with our reaction. Hope you have subscribed, you have liked, and you have comment on the video. Cleophas Malala na William Samoei Ruto walikuwa wana work together na kwa chama cha UDA. Then Cleophas Malala akakuja akatimuliwa kwenye chama cha UDA na akawa like ameanzisha chama pamoja na Rigathi Gachagua ambaye pia alikuwa ndani ya UDA as a running mate wa William Ruto the year 2022. Na sasa imefika mahali whereby venye fununu zinaenda na venye moves ziko, it seems like Cleophas Malala yupo tayari kujinasua ama yupo tayari kujiondoa kwenye chama cha DCP. The problem iko wapi? Shida iko wapi? Rigathi Gachagua kwamba atueleze shida iko wapi, because ukiangalia Rigathi Gachagua, the problem, ninakumbuka nilisema ya kwamba Rigathi Gachagua is a good person, but the problem with Rigathi Gachagua is tribalism. Let let me say that, and then let me say the truth. Rigathi Gachagua is the tribalism, and yet that's why unaona since aipichiwe mpaka leo anaongeleanga kitu tu Mount Kenya, mlima Kenya, mlima Kenya, and yet ukiangalia program ya Cleophas Malala na Rigathi Gachagua ni vitu mbili tofauti, because Cleophas Malala anataka azunguke kwa mataifa kwa nchi nzima, afikie watu wa taifa nzima, lakini Rigathi Gachagua yeye amekatalia Mount Kenya. So hapo ndipo utaona kwamba kuna kizungumkuti ama kutokuelewana pale baina ya Rigathi Gachagua na Cleophas Malala, but venye vitu zinaenda na venye mambo yanaelekea ni kama Rigathi Gachagua atabaki peke yake. Ni kwa nini niseme hivi? Kwa sababu ukiangalia mtu kama mtu wa chama ama kinara mkubwa wa chama cha Wiper Kalonzo Musyoka, kulingana na Rigathi Gachagua aliongea, alisema nini? Rigathi Gachagua alisema wazi ya kwamba mtu anahitaji alete kura kama 2 million na anahitaji kuwa president, and yet mimi niko na kura 4 million. So unaona like kumeanza kuwa na kutokuelewana baina ya Rigathi Gachagua na kikundi nzima cha opposition, because ukiangalia Cleophas Malala huenda akatoka kwenye chama. Ukiangalia Kalonzo Musyoka pia, kulingana na venye maneno iko, utaona Kalonzo Musyoka pia atatoka kwenye chama. Je, Rigathi Gachagua atasimama na nani ili kuweza kumngatua William Ruto kwenye uongozi? Kwa sababu utafuatilia uone kwamba agenda ya watu wote ilikuwa agenda moja tu ya kwamba William Ruto aende nyumbani comes 2027, but wameanza kukosana, ama ni mbinu yao tuone ya kwamba wanakosana ila wawe na kitu ambacho wanakipika jikoni. Well and good. Okay, if it is that the plan, I can say that they have a good plan, but I can tell them that that plan, yes, 50-50 inaweza work ama inaweza kosa kuwork, because hauwezi jua huyu mtu the way unamfanyia hivi, hujui kama atastahimili mawimbi ya siasa kwenye kinywa chako ama ataweza kugura chama chako. Na ndiposa utaona ya kwamba Edwin Sifuna anang'ang'ana kuhakikisha ya kwamba amebaki one man army, kuhakikisha ya kwamba hatoweza kununuliwa na William Ruto ama hatoweza kumuunga mkono William Samoei Ruto comes 2027. But Rigathi Gachagua ukiangalia the way anazungumza akisema ya kwamba hao ndio wanakura mingi. So kuna day nilisema kwamba Rigathi Gachagua is a good leader, but atoke kwa ground, aache kusema ya kwamba Mount Kenya. Okay, yes, we can say that Mount Kenya has a population and more voters in that county, but let us talk fact. Mount Kenya peke yake haiwezi pitisha president. Okay, anajipiga kifua akisema ya kwamba Mwai Kibaki 2002 Mwai Kibaki alipita na kura ya Mount Kenya peke yake. But sasa tuseme wazi, sahi Kenya si Kenya ya 2002. No, that is the truth. Let us talk the truth and let us talk fact. Kenya sahi ni Kenya ambayo watu wamestyle up, watu wameamuka na watu wako na matakwa tofauti na mtazamo tofauti, and that's why utaweza kukubaliana na mimi ninaposema ya kwamba Rigathi Gachagua anahitaji watu kwa hiyo rank ili aweze kusimamisha mtu powerful. Na sasa the last one I want to finish by saying, if Rigathi Gachagua will stand as a presidential candidate comes 2027, William Ruto he will be the president comes 2027 very early in the morning. Why? Because people will reject Rigathi Gachagua and they will say that let us give William Ruto because Rigathi Gachagua is tribalism. That is my reaction. Remember to sub, remember to like, remember to comment on the video. Yours, MIKEANN'S reaction.